Good morning. I'm here with teacher Dora.
Hi, good morning.
Okay, we're going to start with your name, complete name, and background. Where are you from? What is your education?
Okay, my complete name is Dora Contreras Lopez. My background is I was born in Sonora. So I was born in a small town called Cananea. It's 4 hours of distance from the capital city of Sonora, which is Hermosillo. And in this school, I studied from first grade to ninth grade, and English was my first language. From Monday through Thursday, we would take the 8 subjects in English, not only English class, but content like geography, phonics, world history, and on Fridays we would take the 8 subjects in Spanish. This method was implemented by a school that has been, I believe this year, already has 140 years founded, and it started because the investors of the copper mine were Americans. So they wanted a school with a system where their sons and daughters would learn the English language as a first language. So I got the privilege of studying in this school because my father is a geologist and he worked in this mine. It was not available to anyone who applied to. It was more like a benefit for the employees in the mine. And when I finished ninth grade, I wanted to go to the Mexican system to study high school, so I had to do my junior high in an exam so I could go to the Mexican system. And afterwards, I studied industrial engineering in Hermosillo, that is the capital of Sonora. And while I was studying industrial engineering, I was getting prepared as an English teacher because it was my other passion. And my focus was to have a family in the future, and I knew that being an engineer was very demanding. So I finished my university, and I continued working as an engineer and then later on as a teacher full-time. I was a coordinator for 13 years in a junior and high school, and then I came to live here to León and started to work here in the university 2 years ago.
Oh, that's an interesting background.
It's a long way.
Yes. Okay, next question is, what subjects do you teach?
Actually?
Yes.
Okay, actually I'm teaching level 7 in here in the university.
And that's it? You don't teach literature or...
Not of content. Only, for now, I only have groups of level 7.
Okay. What is your teaching style and the methods you use?
Okay, it varies because it depends on the group, the number of students, also the time of the class, and also where we're standing on the content of the class. But usually, I try to work on my teaching talking time because since it's an advanced level, the importance is for students to practice their speaking ability. That I think that's the one that needs more work, and it's a lot of participation in the first half of the class, the brainstorming, the warm-up, then the explanation. I use a lot of visuals. And then the last half of the class, I try to make activities in pairs or in trios. I think that the peer approach of the activities, it's more significant than if students work individually.
Okay. Okay. What is your classroom like? What activities do you do? In general, the environment that you have with your groups.
Okay, I'm convinced that you have to create a friendly environment so that the learning process can happen. But I'm also, since my background is of engineering, I like to be very organized. So not because you have a friendly environment, it means that you're going to be very lenient or there's not going to be a structure. So I think that's my everyday struggle in the classrooms because I don't want to be a dictator, but I don't want to be their friend. I want my number one goal is to motivate my students to be better each day. And one of the problems that I can observe is that they don't invest time outside the class. So that's a problem because since we're having an advanced level, that sometimes creates like not the interest that the subject requires. So what I try to do is link the topics to the big question that it's in the book, but also to current events that can attract their attention.
Okay.
For example, the last month of February, we talked a lot about Kendrick Lamar, his performance in the Super Bowl, how he's an icon nowadays, not only because of his music, but of his political statements.
Okay. Okay. Well, do you want to share some anecdotes that have happened in your classroom?
Okay, positive ones?
Yes.
Well, we're going to stick to the positive ones. The first, I remember the first year I started working here at the university, I was really nervous because I had more than 20 years of experience, but my experience was with junior high and high school students. This was my first opportunity with university students. So I wanted to balance the independence the university student has to have, but also the structure my teaching style would have. So I had a student that he is very intelligent, but I'm almost sure he had a problem. Well, I'm sure because he talked to me about it. He couldn't sit down and stand still and focus for more than 2 minutes. His attention was really short. So during that semester, I tried to make a connection with this student as the leader of the classroom, not all the time calling his name so he could be like my assistant when we were doing dynamics. And he liked it. I think he got really stressed. He would tell me that. But then the next semester, he finished level 8 and then he went to study, I believe, Italian. And he mentioned my name and my daughter was in that classroom. And he blushed and he said, Miss Dora really gave me a hard time, but I did learn. So that's what I try to do with my students, that I try for them to have a good memory of my teaching, but the most important is that they feel that they learned something.
Yes. Okay, and the last question is, do you have a famous quote? You want to share it?
Okay, a famous quote, actually I posted it recently to my students. Maybe
Yes.
I'm going to look for it so it can be exactly the quote.
Okay.
This was last semester. Let me see. It's not letting me. There's an author that is called Angela. Can I have that for homework and send it to you?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, don't worry.
Okay. You have any other questions?
No, I think that would be it. Thank you very much for answering my questions. And I appreciate you took some time for me.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much.